Hello, this is Lucia Izogu, and I'd like to spend the next few minutes talking to you about how you can overcome your fear of MLM sponsoring if it's something that terrifies you. I was in the same boat. I used to be terrified of sponsoring reps or even speaking to people about my business, but then I learned a few tricks which helped me to overcome this fear in a very short space of time, really. And then I was able to sponsor 6 reps in 1 week. And now I'd like to show you how you can do the same too, if it's also a problem that you face. Just a bit about myself. As I've already said, I used to be so afraid of talking to people about my business and making videos, in fact. I learned these simple tips and I recruited 6 people in 1 week into my business. I was just on fire. I got over it and I really, really enjoyed it. And then the following week after that, I recruited 4 people into my business. And the most amazing thing is that this was in the last couple of weeks of my pregnancy, my second pregnancy. I had a toddler who was approaching 2 at the time. So I was very tired. I was always on my feet and I was able to do this. So for someone like you who may not have this, may not be in the same situation as I was, I'm sure you could do a lot more when you put these tips into action for yourself. I've seen amazing growth in my business, and I'd like to think that you can achieve the same also if you put these tips into work. At the time that I recruited these people, I only had 3 people in my business for 6 months. I joined my business in December. By May, I only had 3 people. One of them was my husband. The other 2, my upline actually added to me. So I didn't do any work for 6 months. And the reason why I chose to do something was because I was pregnant and I really didn't want to go back to work after my second pregnancy. Okay, by the end of this presentation, you'll understand the signs that you're afraid. I mean, I'm sure you already know these. You'll know why MLM sponsoring scares you, why it makes you feel, that way, and why it makes you not achieve the results that you want. You'll know why you need to deal with the fear. I mean, these 3 are probably obvious to you, but I'm just going to take you through them because I'm building up to something. Then at the end, towards the end, we'll discuss how you can overcome your fear, of sponsoring in the shortest possible time. And that's really key. You need to overcome it like today, this week, so that you can start seeing results in your business. Okay, the signs that you're afraid, the physical, the sweaty palms, fast heart rate, you don't walk straight, you look quite dejected, you don't feel very comfortable, you don't feel confident. So it shows in the way you hold yourself up physically. Verbally, you would mumble, you would stutter, you would talk too fast. People have to say, "Excuse me, what did you say?" You'll make excuses for taking people's time. So, "Excuse me, I'm really sorry." You would apologize for asking for their time. And you're going to get over all of these once you understand these few steps. The other thing you might do, which shows that you're actually afraid, is you would do nothing. This used to be my favorite. It was easier for me to do nothing. Or I would just rather do something else, watch a film, clean the house, read more material on the business, make plans, walk around. I don't know, anything to take my mind off actually getting on with it. All in all, I just wished it would go away today if possible. And in most cases, I just go the other way. And the funny thing is I would want to do something, but I just felt I couldn't do it. The reasons why you might be afraid, and the reasons why I certainly was embarrassment, for one. I had thoughts like, what would people think of me? Excuse me. These slides are jumping all over the place. Just a moment. I had thoughts of, what will people think of me? What if I mess up? What if I fall on my face? What if they laugh at me? What if I say the wrong thing? You say these things in your head. And in most cases, it's just low self-esteem. You don't want to bother people because you have low self-esteem. You always feel that you're bothering them. You're getting into their space. They don't want to talk to you really. So, you're coming in with something that they don't really want to know. And these are just all in your head. Of course, there's fear of rejection as well, which was my absolute favorite. Again, I used to be afraid of being rejected. It made me feel bad. It made me feel like I couldn't achieve anything, like a failure. And I didn't want to face that, so I'd just do nothing and, carry on as normal. And why you need to get rid of the fear ASAP is very simple, really. Fear is false expectation appearing real. I'm sure you've heard that before. Fear is not real. It's all in your head. It's something you expect to happen. It appears as though it's happening. So your subconscious is telling your body that this is what's happening, and your body reacts as though it is. Hence, when you're afraid of embarrassment, your hands start sweating. These are all signs that your body is telling you that something's happening and you don't want it to happen. So it's not real. Get that out of your system. No matter how many times you've heard it, I'm saying it one more time, it is not real. And the fear is killing your business. If you're scared of sponsoring, you'll have no downline, or you'll have a very, very weak one, like I did. Period. And the reason why my downline was weak is because I was so afraid to actually do something. I didn't do anything with anybody that was working with me. So I just left it. And so you'll have a weak downline. There is no lasting MLM business without a strong downline. You might have loads of people on your downline, but they're not doing anything. That's not a strong downline. Strong downline are people who are working for you. So a strong downline means more money for you, and a weak downline means very little money for you. And in my case, I had no money at all for 6 months.